not work for some people, and if it works for you, I'm cool. If you're in this boat and you're catching this and you're like, man, I fall off the wagon all the time, then you want to listen to this. If you use that term all the time, or if you find yourself falling off the wagon, listen to this. First of all, there is no freaking wagon. There isn't. So then how do you get back on track when you fall off track with things? Sometimes it's the mindset. Sometimes it's the mentality. Sometimes it's we have this all or nothing mentality of we go all in, we go on that diet, we have to be perfect, and if we fall off the wagon, we suck. So if you've used this and you find this happening over and over and over again, I'm going to ask you a question that may sting a little bit. How's that working for you? How does that work for you when you use that all the time? How does that make you feel? Made me feel like shit. Again, cussing, sorry, not sorry. It made me feel like I failed. It made me feel like everything that I had thought that I had on track sucked. And it wasn't realistic. It's not working. This all or nothing mentality doesn't work. We get this, oh, I fell off the wagon. Let me jump on the scale real quick and see what I weigh. Oh, crap, I put on 1.5 pounds. I suck. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If all you're focusing on is the number on the scale, you are missing the boat on your overall health and wellness. My thing is, I'm not interested in what you can stick to for a week or until Wednesday or, that's where I was at. That's the mentality I had. And I'm not interested in what you can do perfectly or what I can do perfectly, or for 30 or 60 or 90 days or whatever it is. I care about what you can sustain for the long term. I care about my sanity and your overall health, physically, emotionally, mentally. Like those are things that suffer when we fall off the wagon because, oh shit, I ate too much. I better work out twice and only eat a celery stick tomorrow and drink 6 gallons of water. Where is that getting you? Besides hating yourself, besides thinking you're wrong. People, life will get in the way. Life is not always perfect. You will indulge. You will not die. You have not fallen off the wagon. You're human. So stop making it about the weight loss. Stop making it about restriction, hating your body, eating less and moving more. Because if that really worked, we'd all be at our ideal weight and size, wouldn't we? So how's that working for you? Didn't work for me, and it doesn't work for a lot of my clients. Again, sanity. Like, how sane are you by the end of your 30, 60, 90 days? And if you're counting that down, like, 26 more days left of this. All I have to eat is tofu and, sandpaper, and I can drink this goo. Maybe that's not where it's at for you. Maybe that isn't working for you. Maybe it worked for Susie, but you're like, I'm stuck in this. I keep falling off the wagon. I hate myself. I'm shaming my body. I hate what I see in the mirror. That has to stop because this is not your fault. And I can tell you that you are so not alone in this category. Society sucks. It really does. They put these images out there or these like before and afters of, sometimes they're not real people. And sometimes the before and afters they've done are not for that program. Trust me, I know people who've been fakely put in after they've done some really hard work and have suffered some things and whatever. The all or nothing, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So you're in this like, okay, so how do I get back on when I fall off? Change that mindset. Maybe you didn't fall off. Maybe life is just happening for you, not to you. Is that how it is? Maybe you're right where you're supposed to be. Stop trying to be 100% perfect. Quit beating yourself up and focus on progress, not perfection. You don't have to be perfect 100% of the time to see results. It's consistent sustainability, sanity. That is where I'm at. Like, are you being consistent most of the time with healthy choices and self-love and taking care of you? Are you keeping your sanity because, you're not going, oh, I can't have that because of this. I can't have that because of that. And again, I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong at all. But if you're in that boat where you're like, fuck, I fell off the wagon again. Now what do I do? God, I'm done. And then you stay off the wagon forever, and then you find out your cholesterol is skyrocketed, and then what? Then you beat yourself up and you're pissed off. Okay? Focus on it being health. Physical, mental, emotional. You need your sanity, right? The people around you need you to be sane. So quit thinking that you're not good enough when you fall off this wagon, this imaginary effing wagon that, isn't really there. Give yourself grace. Allow yourself to be human, right? Because I only know 1% of the people who are so this into whatever it is that their diet is this week. And long-term mental side effects of that are really tough. Let me tell you, I've worked with some people, and it's you have to change the mindset. Instead of saying I fell off the wagon, what can you do? You have to change the thoughts, because these thoughts become your actions, and then your actions become your life. And this is we hate ourselves, we think we suck because we fall off the wagon, we can never stick to a diet. Are you failing, or is the diet failing you? Ask yourself that, and I'm going to give you the answer. You're not failing, okay? You are not the one who's failing, so quit thinking that. It's almost like you have to kind of change that subject in your mind when those thoughts come in. I know it sounds crazy, right? How do I interrupt a mindset? Instead of saying I fell off the wagon, oh, hey, I allowed myself to be human. I'm not going to beat myself up. Tomorrow's another day. I know how to make healthy choices. I know how to listen to my body. And that's what happened. We stopped listening to our bodies, and we went into this diet mentality, restriction mode, hating ourselves, body shaming, we just don't have enough compassion for ourselves. Would you speak to yourself like that as a child, the way you those thoughts and the way you think to yourself when you fall off the wagon? Would you say that to a young child? I probably wouldn't. I know some of the things that went on, thoughts and conversations that went on in my mind, and I was like, why do I keep beating myself up like this? It's not another diet. It's not another freaking restricted meal plan that you need. It's almost where do I find that balance? And I'm going to tell you it starts from the inside, and I will always tell you it starts with mindset. We have to allow ourselves to be human. We have to give ourselves grace. We have to focus on progress and quit trying to be so perfect and so hard on ourselves when we're not perfect. Because what is the definition of that? Where's the book that says this is exactly how you have to be, or you fall off the wagon and you completely suck? If there's a rule book for that, please show it to me. Please show it to me. You're not a failure. You're doing the best that you can. You're making healthy choices. You're changing your mindset. You're taking care of you. You're loving who you are. You're not having these, and yet sometimes it's a daily battle where you're having these fights from this side of your head to this side of your head about you suck. You don't need to eat this. It'll make you fat. It'll make your weight go up on the scale, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, it's okay. You're not binging into it. There's so many emotions that come with food, and that's something I work on in my Balance 360 program and individual one-on-one coaching. And I slightly touch on it in some of my other programs, but there's so many emotions that come with food. Why are we not enjoying it? And I'm not saying go eat a whole cake, but what I'm saying is, why do we beat ourselves up? Why is it such a negative thing that we have? Why is food not our friend? Because we've kind of been taught over time, and it's not our fault, that, this is bad, that you should restrict this if you want to lose weight. If you want to look like this, you need to eat this way. And all this BS about some BS wagon that we're falling off of after 3 days on our new diet that's going to work this time or this Monday, or, I'm going to, whatever it is, you have to look at it from a nutritional standpoint, and again, that sanity standpoint and sustainability. Because if that is not where you're at, and you're finding yourself falling off the wagon more times than you would like to admit, then it might be a little bit of a mindset shift that you need. It might be a little bit of grace that you need to give yourself. It might be a little bit of telling the diet mentality and diet culture to take a flying jump off of a cliff. And I'm not specifying on a person or anything. Please don't put me in that category. I'm just saying those thoughts need to go if you're constantly beating yourself up for falling off this pretend wagon that's not there. Seriously. So that is pretty much all I have. I know some of you are probably like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. So I hope this has helped you. And again, if you find that it's helped you, or you know someone that it could help and you found value in it, feel free to share it. Feel free to send it to them. And if this is like where you're at with this and you're like, yeah, this sucks. This wagon sucks. Where's it at? I'm going to set fire to it and put it away and never talk about falling off the wagon again. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I really would, because sometimes like we're not allowed to think things or feel things. God help us if we ever let our feelings out. I would love to hear your thoughts and feelings on this. I really would. And if you want to comment below with them or you want to send me a message, I would love to have a side conversation with you about this, because there's a lot of, yeah, girl, I get that. Me too type conversations that I'm hearing from a lot of these things. And the reason why I'm sharing it is because I've been involved in those conversations. I haven't been the one leading them sometimes. And I'm like, this message has to get out there. It has to get out there. So again, message me, comment if you're like, yep, that's where I'm at, or you have thoughts and feelings on this. I would love to hear them. Otherwise, keep your eyes out, because this is where I'm at with things. This is what's starting to come out. This is the reality of it. And I'm kind of breaking through some unpopular opinions. And I'm not saying your opinion or what you do is wrong. I'm just saying that there's another side to it that some of us don't want to let out. And once we can break free of that, a lot of shit changes in your life. A lot. So keep that in mind. And keep watching. Thank you for watching. And we'll chat later. Stay well, guys.